Hi, I'm Veronica Montgomery, Clinic and Patient Liaison Consultant here at the Fertility Hub. This week, I've written a blog about strategy during the current COVID-19 crisis. Each week throughout the ongoing pandemic, I've written within our managing an IVF unit and looked at all aspects of marketing, communications, and crisis management. Today, in talking about strategy, I want to talk about being reactive, reactive versus proactive, and how with the current changing situation, how we've had to keep reacting to what's going on. And now, as lockdowns start to ease and we try to resume business, we're seeing patients back in the clinic. I want to use this time as sort of a lull before the next potential storm. So I talk about, what we could be doing now that's proactive and how it would be useful for clinics to develop a plan for all scenarios. I look at how management teams must really pull together, so the heads of all departments, and that we're really listening to patients and we're getting the right messaging out to them. So within that, I'm going to look at the heads of marketing, the heads of operations, the head of finance, and the HR role, and how those four key elements of an IVF unit all have to be working hand in hand. We look at the best case scenario if we dare to dream of a COVID-19 free world, or a world in which COVID-19 is under control. But even in our best case scenario, we are still going to be left with the economic fallout and the damage that COVID-19 has caused to the economy. So looking at how we could set a plan of, if this is it going forward, we're now just focused on recovery. If we look at the middle of the road scenario, that is, we're going to stay where we are, and that is learning to live with COVID-19 as part of our lives and our working lives and in our clinics, meaning social distancing remains in effect, as does PPE, regular COVID testing for staff and patients. We've got air travel the restrictions starting to lift, but we have to face facts that could change at any time, and we could be looking at local lockdowns in your country, in our country, in the country where you're targeting patients. So we need to have a strategy and a plan to deal with that. And then worst case scenario is that COVID-19 makes a big resurgence where the prevalence is high and we have a second spike. We could go into another global lockdown. The assisted reproduction governing bodies could advise clinics to close down again. And that's obviously a nightmare none of us want to repeat, but there is a chance it could happen. And again, forewarned is forearmed, of how we would convey that to patients for a second time. And also, realistically, how many clinics could survive a second shutdown. So, as I say, we need to listen to the patients, get their feedback. And again, if we can put this across to our patients that we've thought of all the different scenarios and we have a plan, we've got their backs covered. Again, it's going to build trust and it shows that we know what we're doing. So please, if you have any comments, have a read through the blog, the link to which is on screen now. And I love to hear from you. My contact details are also in the blog. I'm always interested in what local challenges clinics are facing, and how we can implement these strategies across the board for the assisted reproduction market. So thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy this week's blog. Take care. Bye-bye.